everyone, it's Nikki and this is Niall, and we're here for week 7 of building our bundle. This week is an optional week. It's meant to give closure to the program. We're so happy to have seen so many of you participating along with us over the last 6 weeks. It's been so awesome to see all your photo challenges and to connect with you in the ways that we've been able to connect with you. We really wanted to offer you one last session to be able to participate with us, connect with us. This session is meant to give you one more thing that you can add to your bundle as you've been adding all of these different skills and abilities over the course of this program. And that skill is the ability to let go. So letting go is not really something that we talk about very often, maybe because it's scary, it's difficult, and oftentimes in order to let something go, we need to fully accept it, and sometimes we're not always ready for that. As we go through this session, we want to just make it clear to you that the choice is really yours. The choice to hold on to something until you're ready, the choice to let it go, that's all up to you. Just like everything in your bundle, it's up to you if you're going to pick it up or not. When we talk about letting go, what we're really talking about is recognizing the things that have happened to us, recognizing the circumstances that we're in, and potentially letting go of our reactions to them, or letting go of the negative emotions that we have associated with those situations. There are teachings that tell us that before we come to this physical world, before we come to the life that we know now, that we've seen everything that's going to happen to us. And we've still accepted that we want that gift of that life. And sometimes that's hard to believe when potentially we've been through a lot of hard stuff. Sometimes we think, I never wanted this to happen to me, or why does this happen to me, or why am I unlucky? And those kinds of thought patterns can really, keep us down. They can really make us feel like hopeless sometimes. And that doesn't really do anyone any good. So if we can think about how we've chosen the life that we have, the good and the bad, we can maybe start to let go of those negative emotions, start letting go of that cycle of thinking that everything is always going to be bad. Creation doesn't want us to suffer. Creation gives us these hurdles in our life so we can overcome them, so that we can learn, so that we can become who we're meant to be. And one way that we can do that is by letting go. In order to let go, we need to radically accept where we are. And radical acceptance is just a fancy way of saying fully understanding and fully accepting our reality. We can't move forward if we don't know where we're starting from. And that doesn't mean that we are happy about it. It doesn't mean that we think it's okay that things have happened to us, especially if, we've been through so much. We don't have to be happy about it. We don't have to be thankful for it. But it's about knowing that has happened to us and maybe giving less energy to it, maybe putting less emotion into it, maybe carrying it a little less every day. In order to pick up our bundle, we need to not be carrying the weight of all of those negative emotions and memories and thoughts. So one way we learn about letting go is from the land. We watch the seasons change, we watch the cycles of the earth, and we learn about letting go. We learn about the cycles of letting go and new growth.
It's very true when you say the seasons, really teach us about those changes, and for me it helps, I guess it helps me with that acceptance, just like you were talking about. In that first video that me and you did when we first started this program, it was early, I think it was early summer, just late spring. And as we sit here now in late, end of August, that season, that beautiful season of summer is coming to an end. We're gonna, in a few months, we're gonna be sitting right here and it's gonna be completely different again. There's gonna be snow and all this beautiful green trees that we see around us. They're gonna have no more leaves. And it'll just be this blanket of that white, of that snow. That's the teacher, that's the first family teaching me about that acceptance of change. And when I look to that tree and to all these trees around us, it teaches me of being able to let go in that good way. And truly that good way, letting go within my good mind and within my spirit, my heart. The first family teaches me about that letting go by by showing us within the colors of its leaves. Right now they're that beautiful green, and pretty soon in fall they're gonna turn into beautiful colors of fire, and coppers and golds and yellows and reds. And after that, those leaves will fall to the ground, and that tree will look bare. And I remember when I was younger, I used to think to myself that those trees it would hurt to let go of those leaves and to leave itself bare, especially in the winter time, when I would think that it needs those leaves to keep warm. But those trees every year will let those leaves go, those beautiful leaves. And then in the spring, when that warmth comes back, those leaves come back. There's these new buds, this new growth, and these little buds turn into more beautiful green leaves. And from that, I come to understand that it's okay to let go. It's okay to I guess find some acceptance, like you were saying, within your path and within your life. Some of those people that hurt me most within my life, I can look back now and say they're some of my greatest teachers. They taught me how I don't want to act. They taught me things that I don't want to carry in my mind anymore, or in my heart. I don't want to let it to affect my physical. I don't want to let it to affect my emotional, my spiritual, and my mental. And another tool, not only does creation show me with the seasons changing and ebbing and flowing, but I guess the offering of that tobacco, using that tobacco and giving it to that tobacco and saying, and I'm calling upon that first family to really help me find acceptance and guidance and clarity and truth and wisdom and love and honesty and humility within what just happened to me, and really give it to creation. But then I have to ask myself, am I truly giving that? Am I coming to that acceptance and that truth and understanding? Or am I going to go pick up all those little tiny pieces of tobacco and put them right back and carry them again? Or let it go.
A tree, when it's sick, if it puts all its energy into that branch where the sickness is, it'll infect the rest of the tree. That energy will just carry it throughout the whole tree. But if instead the tree learns to let go of that one branch, let it fall, let it die, and put its energy into its roots, put its energy into new branches, put its energy into new buds, then that tree can live a long life and sustain itself and be healthy. So when we're talking about letting go and acceptance, it's not a way of thinking about your life as being already determined. It's a way of looking at the future with hope and looking at the future with some autonomy, that you get to decide. You get to decide what has power over you. You get to decide what defines you. And there's certain things that we can change in this world, and there's certain things that we can't, but we can keep trying every day. And we can acknowledge those things that, you know what, I can't hold this any longer. It's not mine to carry. And when you come to that place of fully understanding that, you can ask for help to just let it go. And you'll be astounded with what comes into your path when you're not carrying all of those negative experiences anymore. Because you are more than those negative experiences. You're a beautiful gift from creation, and creation doesn't want you to suffer. Creation works so hard for you to live, for you to thrive, for everything in creation to thrive. And we have an obligation as that human race, as those two-leggeds, to also make sure that we're helping each other to thrive, that we're helping all of creation to keep going another day. And so every day that sun rises is another opportunity for us to try. And it's not easy, and it's painful. And sometimes we feel lost when we let something go that has been holding us for so long. Sometimes you wonder, who am I if I'm not defined by that experience? You can ask for help. You can ask for clarity. You can ask for guidance. And together, when we help each other, we can really find power within ourselves, within our communities, within our nations. So this week, we want you to try to practice this on your own. And it's hard. And it might not happen the first time, and that's okay. And maybe you want to start with something small. Maybe there is something that you're ready. You're ready after all of this time together. You're ready to put that in your past and keep walking forward. We're going to think about this like a tree. And so our activity this week is for us to use a tree to be able to talk about the things, to begin to understand and identify the things in our lives that we might want to let go of, and also what we might want to bring in to replace those things we're letting go of. We want you to think about the things in your life that make you who you are. And you can think of these as your root system. Maybe that's your culture. Maybe that's your land. Maybe that's your family. Those things that really are core to who you are. Then you might want to think about what are the things that help you to be who you are. And that might be being with particular people, being in ceremony, being on the land. Those are the things that are really going to help you to stay strong. Those are your trunk. We're moving to the leaves now. What are the leaves that as autumn comes, we might want to let them go? We might want to let them fall away. What are the things you want to let go of moving forward? And then also, what are the things that you want to bring into your life? What does that new growth look like? Once you've done that, we want you to use the reflection questions we provided to think about these things really deeply. Once you've identified an aspect of your life or an aspect of your thought pattern or your emotions that you want to let go of, that you don't want to carry anymore, we want you to actually practice physically letting go. You could do it in your own way. You can do it by writing that thing down on a piece of paper, or maybe you want to hold a token like we did in the very first week. Or you can use tobacco. Ask for help in letting this thing go. Sit with that thing that is going to represent what you're letting go, whether it be something written down or a token or tobacco, and sit mindfully with that object. Think about this thing that you want to let go as though it's the last time you were going to think about it. It might be emotional. It might be scary to say goodbye to this thing that you've been holding on to for so long. But sit with this thing until you feel some release. Imagine that those thoughts, that energy that you've been putting into this thing are leaving your body and are entering into that tobacco, that token, or that piece of paper. Let all that energy flow into that object. And when you're ready, let it go. You could either put it in some water, you could bury it, you could put it in the garbage, you can cut it into a million pieces, you could put it in a sacred fire, whatever is meaningful to you. But put it in a place that you can't come back to it. Because in order to let it go, you have to do it with your whole heart. You have to really accept that it's going to be gone. And when you leave it, you walk away and you don't look back. When you walk away, you might want to think again to those things that you want to bring into your life and put your energy there. Really visualize those things that you want. Because when our energy is put towards the things that we want, they start to come into our path. Especially if we start letting go of the things holding us back. So since it's our last week of building our bundle, we want to give you one last chance to get all of your photo challenges in, and we're offering you one more photo challenge prompt. Share with us what your future could look like. What would it look like to bring those new things into your life after you've let things go? Share them with us on Facebook or Instagram by tagging us or sending them to our direct message. This photo challenge is a special photo challenge because it's also the final opportunity to submit all 6 of your photo challenges. We've had 7 weeks, 7 opportunities, and all you need is 6 to be entered into our final prize draw. We're so honored to have been partnering with Canadian Roots Exchange to be able to offer an iPad as our final prize. We'll be drawing those prize winners this Saturday, so make sure you get your photos in by Friday at midnight. These last 7 weeks have been so meaningful. We've been really happy to be able to connect with you in this strange virtual world. We know the world is a weird place right now, and it's been nice to see those photos of hope, those messages of hope, and we really hope that you continue to build your bundle. Get in touch with us at any time and stay tuned for more from Finding Our Power Together. Miigwetch.
Oh, hey, you still here? I guess there's more than one way to let things go. That's all for now. Miigwetch.